Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, the finance bill has moved to the second stage, and that is going to be the business for the next week. With all this move, we know that MPs did not consider the cries of Kenyans, and above all, the protest. Kenyans were on the street protesting about finance bill. We know from the executive side, they were pushed, and therefore they had to drop some items. Eco tax, motor vehicle tax, edible oil tax. They dropped some. The tax on bread, 16% VAT. They dropped. But members of parliament have done nothing to change anything, including any comma in that finance bill. What they are going to do is only to rectify what the executive had already proposed to change in the finance bill. They wrote the original one, then they proposed also changes. So that's the only thing they're going to deal with. But they voted for this finance bill in totality, the way it is. Proposal of the executive, they were in the line. With this, Gen Z is still on the street. They are here to protest. So what have they done? To prove that indeed they are going to continue, they have gone to an extent of printing t-shirts with Jacob Juma's prophetic tweet for the next week demonstrations. They just went to Jacob Juma's Twitter. There are so many warnings that Juma was giving to the public as far as William Ruto's leadership is concerned. And indeed, if you go and check, you would see those tweets were indeed true. That William Ruto is the Kenyan's greatest risk as a country, not Al-Shabaab and tribalism. That was Juma. So I want us to look into those t-shirts that have already been printed, that are already with the image of Jacob Juma. So in the spirit of Jacob Juma, the youth are going to take it to the street. I want us to go through that. But just a quick request for those who are watching, and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing to our channel. Thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, listen to this. William Ruto is Kenya's greatest risk as a country, not Al-Shabaab and tribalism. Ruto has trained Duale Murkomen to be thieves and abusive. And the greatest risk of this country is William Ruto, not Al-Shabaab as we think. Not tribalism, William Ruto. But he has trained two individuals, Duale Murkomen, to be thieves and arrogant. Now, I want to listen to this conversation. It was on Twitter. Kipima Murkomen was presently live listening to this. And someone lectured him. He reminded him of his deals that make many investors to get out of this country. So listen to this and then connect with this tweet.
And let us not forget, Kipchumba Murkomen, you are one of the most corrupt motherfuckers I know in this country. Namista Kudanganya, bro. They are the number of people I know who see potential in this country. Investors wanna come. They want to set up foundations in this country. But you motherfuckers keep asking for kickbacks. Imagine for the mtu akulipe ndo kusaidia. Why the fuck would you do that then?
So sasa naomba niongee before these politician talks, please.
Okay.
Sijui nikuite honorable ama nikuite Murkomen, please mute your mic.
You are one of the most corrupt person in this country. Hiyo ndio wanamwambia. The investors come, they want to set up companies, but you keep on asking for kickbacks. Some are walking to Tanzania, Uganda, Nigeria, and elsewhere because of two things: overtaxation, then the kickback issue. Someone told Kipchumba Murkomen live, he was listening, that you are a part of this problem. That confirms that. Another tweet here: corruption, impunity, and tribalism in Kenya will only stop when ex-presidents are prosecuted and jailed at Kamiti prison. Wafungwe jela. Another one here: corruption, impunity, and tribalism in Kenya will only stop. No, the repetition. Another one here: Kenyan youth should look at corruption as a disaster that affects their quality of life directly. Forget tribalism and fight it. There is information for the youth here. Forget about tribalism. Look at corruption as a disaster and fight it. So if we go into the issue of tribalism, they divide us and rule us. But look at corruption with your eyes. Face it. So youth are going to take that role. Saizi ukiangalia the protest we are having that is being led by Gen Z. It is in Eldoret, it is in Kakamega, it is in Nairobi, it is in Kisumu, it is in Mombasa, it is in Nakuru, it is all over. All tribes in this country have participated. No tribalism. Haikuwa ile wanasemanga kwamba wale watu wa Kisumu wa kung'oa sijui nini and all those. No. It was cutting across the country. They even demonstrated wakatembea mpaka Sugoi, residence ya Mheshimiwa William Ruto. So youth are taking the advice from Juma seriously. Fellow Kenyans, please, 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 don't ever listen to William Ruto. He is a fraudster. He lies with several impunity. Severe impunity. He lies with impunity. Even in the finance bill, he went on to lie that it is all about paying debt, that they are putting this bill, the increasing taxes because they have a debt to pay and they have development to do. But how was Uhuru paying the debt? When was SGR built? How comes when it comes to him he has to double and now planning to triple? How about the corruption in this government? How about the budget, huge budget? How can you be saying that you have a problem in paying the debt when we see you are spending money on things that can be postponed for another day? Renovation of State House. Huge budget. How do you give it as a priority when you have debt that you have to pay and you're complaining about money? Kenyans' patience over corruption is overwhelming. I remember Jesus getting upset with the crowds over Zacchaeus, the thieves, the chief tax collector. Zacchaeus wa Kenya saizi ni nani? William Ruto. Hii tweet iliandikwa na nani? The late Jacob Juma. So today we are not getting enough upset with the living and breathing Zacchaeus of our times in the name of William Ruto. Raila called him Zacchaeus. And there was a reason why he was called Zacchaeus. It is now coming to play. So definitely the ghost of Juma is back haunting William Samoei Ruto's government. And the youth are invoking a statement from Jacob Juma, and they are here to send a very significant statement to the administration. So definitely going forward, just prepare. They are coming. Monday is here. They are going to come. And not only Monday, today they are going to occupy churches. Yes, they have already confirmed. They are going to occupy churches. And they will not allow all politicians who voted for the finance bill, who voted to support the finance bill, to speak. They will only embrace those who voted against the finance bill. So revolution is here. And indeed, what Jacob Juma said just came to pass. This was prophetic tweets